Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning. It depends where you're watching us from. I'm so excited today to be here again. For those who doesn't know me, my name is Coach Jeanine, and I am so delighted tonight to have my guest, Coach Viviana. We've been looking forward to have her here. She's a busy lady, but she definitely graced us tonight to be able to come and spend time with us today in Empowering You TV. So welcome, everybody. If you're watching us from YouTube, welcome, Facebook, LinkedIn. So we're so excited today because I know we're going to receive some very good nuggets about how you can be able to build your business profile, especially on LinkedIn. Many people, they're having some trouble with that. But today, we have really the right person to be able to address those, issue and how to be able to help you on your journey, because that's really what the purpose of this platform is to give you tools and strategy so you can be able to be the best leader that you can be able to be. So, bonsoir tout le monde, c'est Coach Janine. Je suis vraiment dans la joie de vous emmener aujourd'hui. Guest Coach Viviana, elle est là et nous sommes vraiment dans la joie parce que c'est une dame avec qui on a commencé à travailler depuis l'année passée. Donc aujourd'hui, elle est là pour nous parler de comment est-ce que nous pouvons construire notre profil en tant qu'entrepreneur. Donc, nous sommes vraiment dans la joie aujourd'hui d'être avec elle. Elle va répondre à quelques questions, mais sinon, nous sommes vraiment dans la joie d'avoir Coach Viviane avec nous. Merci beaucoup. N'hésitez pas, donc il faut toujours inviter des gens, la famille, vos amis, parce qu'aujourd'hui, on va parler de business en tout cas. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much, guys. Coach Viviane, we just want to really go right into it because I know you have many hats in our community. But one thing I've just been reading and kind of look around, many people have been helped by you, and specifically about how to build your business global also and on your profile and LinkedIn. So that's something that many people come to you for that, even though they come for many other things. But that's really kind of like, that your signature, your program that people really love. And I keep seeing the testimonial and the all the review. I love that. So can you be able to tell us a little bit did you um how did you came about to start focusing on just on how to help people to build the profile?
Yes, thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. I'm really excited to be here. And thank you so much for the people that are listening, that are watching here. I am so inspired by and motivated by all of you. So thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
Um,
you.
so I mean, let's see. It started back in 2017 when I started pursuing entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
There was various reasons why I wanted to pursue entrepreneurship. One of them is to manage my own time and to spend more time with my family and do the things that I find joy in. So, when I had started my entrepreneurship journey, I had started as a career branding strategist. So, I was doing resumes, I was writing documents, I was creating LinkedIn profiles. So, I was essentially like almost like a copywriter. But I did it more for career building. So I help people with developing their profiles in that perspective on LinkedIn. And it wasn't until 2019 that niche no longer resonated with me because I'm not in corporate. So
Mhm.
I decided that I want to help more people like myself that are entrepreneurs and
Yeah.
that have a service-based business and that want to grow on the platform. So, because I was already fluent on the LinkedIn platform, I decided to help people grow their business on the platform.
Mhm.
I had help from uh, research that I've done. I've done courses. I've hired coaches to help me with refining my branding message, and
Mhm.
it contributed to me developing this coaching program for other coaches to help them grow on LinkedIn. So that's how that started.
Oh my goodness. Now, it's very interesting that you say that because many people have found that like, they say, yes, I started this way, and now I really more feel like compelled to go this way because that's not where I really see myself, like, 3 years from now. And is that something that also was a hard moment when you say, I don't think I'm gonna continue this way, but also the shift. I heard you say that you hire some coaches so they can be able to help you to brand. How was the process? Was automatically, it was a click that something happened that you make you shift, or you just felt like this is really about time, like when you know that this is time to shift.
So I guess I had a lot of things that were holding me back. So it wasn't so much of the knowledge that I had, because the knowledge that I had was there. I was known for understanding this space when it came to like social media platform and connecting with people and understanding what they're looking for as far as like their pain points. But it wasn't it was when I was going through the process of of my coaching program with my coaches and my mastermind group, is when I realized that it was me that was holding myself back this whole time. And it's a lot of work, and it's a
Mhm.
lot of discipline, and it's a lot of commitment. So if you're not ready or prepared to take on those responsibilities, then you're not going to be able to progress as much as you would like to progress. So it's one of those things where you have to really push yourself, and you
Right.
have to not just do the outer work, but the inner work has to be there, the mindset, the affirmations, the daily practice. Especially that if you are, like, let's say, a coach, and
Mhm.
your coaching program and the things that you teach people has to align with what you do. So you can't tell someone to do something and then you're not doing the same thing.
That's right. That's right.
So it has to align. So that was kind of like the shift for me. And it was just more like, oh my god, like I can't believe it was me that was holding myself back,
Oh
throughout this
wow.
process.
That is a very good important point because many people, they would think that, oh no, maybe I need this knowledge or I need this type of training. Just doing it, even though you're scared, even though you're very nervous, just do it. And many of us, guess what? The pandemic really pushed us in the front to be able to serve our community. So I can really relate to that too. Hello, Dr. Tammy. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, Darcy, for joining us as well. So we're
Hi.
really excited. We're excited that you're here because that's the most important thing, that be able to shift your mind. And you came to this realization that's actually the person who is really holding me back, it's really me. Quite often we usually think that maybe it's somebody else, or maybe it's I don't have the support system. But you can, guess what? You can be able to create one. But the most important thing is that you need to start, and you need to start somewhere. It won't be perfect, but you just have to start somewhere. So, Coach Viviana, can you be able to tell us 2 to 5 things that people need to consider while they're thinking about really putting themselves out there, or putting, the coaching program, or even to be able to build your profile? Because many people ask me, and that's why we were talking about LinkedIn, because many people want to be in LinkedIn, but I don't think everybody has the profile set up yet the right way. So can you tell us maybe, a few nuggets about, what are some of the things people need to consider?
Sure. So one of the things that LinkedIn has that other platforms don't have is a lot of moving parts. So a lot of people, they've already established some type of credibility on Instagram or Facebook. So what's really holding them back from pursuing something, let's say on LinkedIn, it's
Hmm.
really just taking the time to understand the platform you know but at the end of the day, you have to know who you're serving. You have to
Right.
understand your target market, right? Because No coach is going to do that for you. We're going to help you with understanding your target market, but you have to know, does your target market, are they on LinkedIn? Are they on Instagram? Are they on Facebook? So whatever platform you choose to present yourself in, then it is your responsibility to understand the platform's algorithm, the content type, and things like that. What I like about LinkedIn is that it's more geared for business professionals,
Mm-hmm.
and it allows people to be in a more creative space than creating reels or videos, right? Because not everyone consumes content in that way. So
Right.
incorporating documents, PDF files, polls, all those different type of content types, those are the things that are going to circulate the internet, and they're going to touch with different learners, you know. So I would say be honest with yourself on how, what you can contribute and how you can contribute. And if you have, let's say, a family, a 9 to 5, whatever the case is, then you need to make sure that you are implementing the times that you need to dedicate for your business. And having a well thought out plan as far as content strategizing, content mapping, understanding like your finances, understanding payment gateways, you know,
Mm-hmm.
as overall business structure, right? So then this way you can be organized, because it's not just, okay, let me go on LinkedIn and let me just, you know, create content and hopefully something will stick. There has to be a strategy behind it.
Yes.
So just be honest with yourself and say, okay, this is what I can dedicate to my business. I can dedicate 15 hours a day, I mean, a week. And if you can dedicate 15 hours a week, then stick to that 15 hours a week. Don't cut yourself short.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be like the main thing that I would say. Another thing is that people don't do is their complete profile
Yes.
optimization. So you see a lot of coaches out there that they don't have 100% complete profile. And what LinkedIn does is LinkedIn favors people that have 100% profile completion. So what they do is they go ahead and they extend your profile, and other people are able to see your profile because LinkedIn is pushing it out. Now that's going to start anywhere from your banner all the way to your skill set. So basically, do not cut corners when it comes to having your LinkedIn profile. Don't
Yes.
cut corners, because it's gonna end up catching up in the long run, right?
That's
So
right.
it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's like when people say, oh man, you know, you hit a point where you're like, oh man, I've already like done everything, and I'm in this space, I'm not making any money, I'm not doing, but what did you contribute in the past in order for you to get to that point, you know?
Right.
Because you
Right.
were slacking, you kept slacking, you kept slacking, and then it ended up in becoming a ball fleck of failure, right? So, you know, you want to make sure that you optimize it to 100%. Just make sure that you at least complete it. And another way for you, or another tip for you to become successful as a LinkedIn or in coaching as on LinkedIn, is to create a company page.
Mm-hmm.
So a company page is an extension of your brand. And
Right.
why is this important? Because that company page is publicized. Unlike Facebook and Instagram, if someone is searching for something particular, a particular topic that you're talking about, your company page on LinkedIn has a potential to come up on Google searches, on Yahoo, on Bing. So you have a lot more exposure outside of the platform versus you staying inside of the platform like Facebook and Instagram. So,
Wow.
so
That's
that's
that's good. That's really good to know. Before you continue, those are very good nuggets, guys. I hope you're taking note. Hello, Queen Terry. Thank you for joining us. And everybody, thank you, Dr. Tammy. I hope you guys are taking note, because these are really those gems, those nuggets that you need to know. Like many of you guys need to know, did you complete your profile? Because you don't want to cut corners, guys, because remember, this is one of the tools that, Coach Vivian, she's really sharing this tonight, so you can be able to complete, so more people can be able to find you quickly, and you don't have to complain about, I'm not seeing anybody, nobody is willing to work with me. Well, they don't know where you are because you did not finish your profile. So let me just say that to our viewers in French so they can be able to listen and see, what you're saying too. Je suis vraiment en train d'écouter Coach Viviane. Elle est en train de nous dire comment est-ce que c'est super important de finir votre profil sur LinkedIn. Parce que beaucoup d'entrepreneurs, beaucoup de business leaders, ils ne finissent pas leur profil. Et c'est vraiment, vraiment important. Si vous voulez que les gens puissent travailler avec vous, que vous voulez que les gens puissent vous appeler, vous contacter pour travailler en tant que consultant, en tant qu'entrepreneur, vous devez finir votre profil. C'est-à-dire vous donner toutes les informations et quand LinkedIn vous dit que vous avez fini de remplir votre profil, c'est là où maintenant tout le monde peut vous retrouver. Je reçois beaucoup d'appels, de DM, les gens me demandent, mais oh, Janine, les gens n'arrivent pas à travailler avec moi, je n'ai pas assez de clients. C'est parce qu'ils ne savent pas comment est-ce qu'ils peuvent vous retrouver. Votre profil est incomplet. Donc, comment est-ce que vous voulez que les gens puissent venir et commencer à travailler avec vous quand vous n'avez pas encore fini? Donc, ce soir, Coach Viviane, elle est en train de nous dire comment c'est super important de finir votre profil et de mettre toutes les informations qu'il faut afin que les gens puissent vous reconnaître lorsqu'ils partent dans Google directement, ils vont voir que, oh, j'ai retrouvé Coach Viviane, j'ai retrouvé Coach Janine directement. C'est surtout sur votre page de LinkedIn si vous avez ce page-là. Si vous n'avez pas ce page-là, aujourd'hui, nous allons vraiment vous donner tous les atouts pour que vous puissiez commencer à construire votre profil parce que c'est super important. Yes, Coach Vivian. This is very, very eye-open for many of them. I hope they're taking notes because when you don't even have a page, they can be, nothing really gonna bump to you, like a search engine on your Google, nothing gonna pop up. So this is very key.
Yeah, and I'll give you guys some encouragement, right? I have been using LinkedIn just solely for prospecting and building my business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want to say about a year now, and I've already been able to go full time. So I was working full time. I eventually went to part time in corporate, and
Mm-hmm.
now I'm a year in, and I have not went back to work.
Yay!
This is totally possible for anyone. You just have to have the right support system. You have to have
Mm-hmm.
the right strategy. You have to have the right intentions and the goals, right? Because you want to make sure that you know exactly what your goals are. How many people do you want to help? How much money do you want to make? What kind of courses are you going to develop? What are you going to do to help people, right? Because I tell like my students all the time, how much is your coaching program? $3,000, $4,000, $10,000. So if I'm ready to give you a credit card and I go to your profile and it doesn't look to par, so what exactly am I going to be paying you for? You know what I mean? So I would say, like, just make sure that when you are starting, if you're starting or you're writing on the profile, that you know, have a goal in mind and that you complete them. You complete your
Mm-hmm.
profile and things like that. So
Absolutely. And people gonna check you out because definitely, and I think you agree with me, Coach Vivian, that your profile really it's like your resume. So people just look the way you look, what you're saying. So let's talk about a little bit about messaging, like your message, even in your profile. Many people, I think they're giving too much. Sometimes some people they give less. So what would you recommend, Coach Vivian? What would you think would kind of be like the best messaging? Like you just keep a sample or you give them enough to see what services and be more clear, or you just give the whole list of services? Like what would you recommend?
you mean like as far as like how to's and things like that, what I offer?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I would recommend anyone in this space to have kind of like three ideas, right? So you want to have something for free for people, You want to have like a low ticket offer, maybe for people that can afford your services, and then you want to have like a high ticket offer. So understanding what to put into these categories, and so you're not giving too much information, is really going to hold value, and it's going to
Mm-hmm.
help with building that know, like, and trust factor, right? Because you don't want to also just give a little bit, because then people are not going to maybe know that you know more than them,
Right.
or how you can help them. So just be mindful. And if you are in the space, assuming that you are doing research, market research, or industry research, and you're looking at other people that maybe do the same thing. So kind of see what type of information they're sharing, how much information they're sharing, what type of things are getting engagement, and make it your own. And make it your own, and create a signature system for yourself, something that only you have. So you
Right.
want to be able to be unique in this space.
That is very key. Another thing to Coach Vivian, can you tell us more about what specific, like a messaging in terms of your profile? Like, let's say people go to your profile, and what specifically do you want them to see in terms of clarity? What is too much and what is, less? Like, what do you recommend people to just stick to? Like three things that people need to make sure that they're putting in there. So right away, if people just they just skip through and they just look through the profile, they can be able to recognize this is a person I can trust. This is really somebody who has an expertise that I can be able to approach.
So I would say that everything is equally important, right?
Mhm.
But if someone comes to your profile at a glance, at the very least, you want to have a professional photo and an intro video. An intro video is a 30-second video clip that you can only upload on your phone. And what it does is it introduces who you are and how you're helping people. It humanizes the experience when people come to your profile, so then this way they can continue with gauging. So you want to say something like, oh, check out my headline, check out, invite them to check out your experience section, invite them to check out your skills, because when you are inviting them instantly, they're going to be like, you know what, let me check it out because I'm already here, you know. So
Yes.
you want to make sure that you incorporate that either in your intro video or your headline. So that would be like the most crucial thing when people are going into your profile, for them to stay completely gauged, is that 30-second intro video.
Mhm. Guys, no excuses. Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Tanya. Signature system. This is something that we all need to be doing. If you're not doing it, please do. Those are the nuggets that Coach Viviane is dropping tonight. Hello, Carla. Thank you for joining us. J'aimerais seulement vous inviter à faire ce que Coach Viviane vient de nous dire, qu'il faut ajouter euh, une vidéo de 20 secondes, 22 secondes. Donc, vous n'avez pas besoin de faire 1 minute, 2 minutes, 22 secondes. Donc, vous pouvez le faire, juste parler de vous, quel service que vous offrez, et les gens vont vous connaître lorsqu'ils viennent dans votre profil. Donc, c'est vraiment important. I hope you guys are taking notes because this is amazing. That so you won't be telling me that we're not bringing people who not, they're giving you all these nuggets. So I'm so very excited to this. Another thing that Coach Vivian, how did you build your tribe? How did you build your group coaching? Because I know you really been building a lot of network. That's how we got connected, we start talking. And to me, I see that's what you're doing is that you giving people value, you're creating solution for them. So how was that process, and how people who are listening to us tonight, how can you give us some good nuggets about how they can start their own tribe as well?
The most important thing is being yourself. When you are yourself, your genuine self, then you're going to attract the right people. Because if you're just putting yourself out there and you're not sure of your identity, or you're trying to be reserved, or you're trying to be a certain way, then you're going to attract certain people, because energy is everything. So
Yes.
you want to make sure that you share, the things that are valuable to you. You share your journey, you share, what your process is, because at the end of the day, people need hope, and they're going
Mhm.
to find this hope with you because you are essentially doing the things that they aspire to do. So the way that I've built my community is I was just being myself. I was talking about my journey, my struggles, my milestones, my celebrations. So I was celebrating me, and I
Mhm.
talked about the good times, the bad times, the ugly. And sometimes I'll be my goofy self. I'll do something like dancing or something like that.
Yes.
um,
Mhm.
and that's just how I am behind the scenes. And I'm not
Yes.
going to, stop being me for anyone. So I think that's what really gets a lot of people with resonating with my values, because they understand that these are the things that people go through as entrepreneurs, but also there are moments where you are going to be vulnerable and you're not just going to be on like business mode all the time.
And you know what? That is so true, Coach Vivian. What you just said about just being you, being yourself, and also just, talk about anything so people can get to know you. Because so this is just from my experience. Clients that are working with them right now, the people that I enjoy working with, they really came and start, really buying from me. It's when I start opening up about my journey. I brought them with me, together, because sometimes you figure things out, some things, especially things turn out the way you was not be able to, but that's okay. That's where you adjust as a leader. So they saw all of that and they start really coming and say, oh, coach Janine, I would like to know more about it. And that's how they saw that beside the business, beside the consulting and everything else, I was still somebody that they can really relate to, because I also have those moments as human. So I really like, I think I saw on your profile, you were dancing. That's something too. People need to get to know you as a person, because that's how they can be able to trust you. The level of trust will increase, and also they will be able to relate and feel connected. Many of the ladies that I hang out with now today, those are the people that they really real with me. It could be, things that we don't agree every time, but those are the people that I cherish the most, because they show me the true value, and that's even in business we should be that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would say like once, maybe a month, if you would share like an origin story about yourself, talk about, who you are, what you do, how you help people. Because now, not even if you post the same content once a month, you're still getting new followers that've never seen it before,
Yes. Mhm.
you know?
That's
So that's another way for you to build that know, like, and trust factor for sure.
Absolutely. Those are good nuggets, guys. Another thing that too, I think I found myself also being very connected to my client, because I also want to get to know them. So it's really a relationships. And yes, Dr. Tanya, you absolutely right. Most people do want to connect before even, talking to you, and even, for the money. That's what they want to see. What kind of person are you before even, start talking about, what product or services they want to get to know. So it's really about relationship. So I'm glad you said that, Dr. Tanya. Thank you. Another thing that really works for me, that I really relate to that, because they really want to get to know me, and they want to make sure that I'm really the right person for them, because this is a risk that we both have to take. That's why before even take on any client, before even signing a business agreement, anything, I have an assessment of questions. I just want to make sure that this is a good fit, because I remember I had really couple of people that very nicely, but I had to say no. I said, I don't think right now. I didn't say no to say, oh, I will never work with them, but I just know myself. I think that this is the type of people that I want to be around, because it will have to make sense for the timing, and also making sure that we both going to grow in this relationship of trust. So I had to do some capacity. Thank you, but I don't think at the moment this is the right fit. It's the right program for you. So, Coach Vivian, did you have to have a similar experience, or so far everybody who came to you, you did work with them?
So same thing to piggyback on what you just mentioned. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's so important to work with the right people because sometimes people are not 100% dedicated,
Yeah.
or they're not 100% ready because they have other things going on in their life, or there's something that's holding them back. So
Mhm.
their progress is going to be a reflection of your program.
That's
So
right.
it's so important to be understanding to their needs as well as your needs,
Mhm.
and then you don't want to be in a position where you're going to under deliver or over deliver, right? So that's why we ask these questions. So when people come to me and they say, hey, can you help me make, let's say, $10,000 a month or $5,000 a month, I can say, yeah, I can help you do that. But if you're asking me to help you make 30,000, I don't make 30,000. I would like to make 30,000, but
It's
that's not
coming.
something
It,
that I can
it's
do.
coming.
Right, exactly. Or if people say, well, I always ask them, the first thing that I ask people when they join or when they want to inquire about the program is, how committed are you from a scale of 1 to 10?
Mhm.
And surprisingly, I get a lot of eights. So I asked them, okay, how can we get you to a 10?
Mhm.
And then they're like, well, I don't know. Sometimes you have to hold people's hand and you do have to kind of like, help them with the process. But at the same time, you have to recognize who's there to do the help and who is, going to be doing the work. Because if not, then you're going to get people like, oh, I want my money back. This is not working. Da, da, da. So you need to avoid those headaches and be
Right.
very mindful of who you're bringing into your circle.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about your reputation. To me, I was like, yeah, I know all it's good, money is good, but I'm all about concern about producing the solution that you came for me. You think that I can be able to help you, and this is a relationship. And sometimes it could be just like you said, people are not committed enough, or they're not ready yet mentally. They think that they're ready, but mentally they have to shift. So sometimes I find myself that some client that told them that I don't think this right now is a good fit, and then after 6 months or a year they come back to me, then they already they try to work on themselves. Now the mindset is ready. So but there are some people that I have to say no, because just for my own health, well-being too, I don't think this is a good match. And I always also recommend another person that I think you can try so and so to me, because I feel like not every client is meant for us to work with. Not every, and that is something to the client should be able to see that not every coach or not every consultant is meant for us to be together. So it's really about the services, but also the quality of the services that we're going to be talking about, also the type of relationship that we want to build with people, because this is the community. This is something that it's not like you picking up today and then you dropping. This is what we love to do, serving our people, our community. So that's why we take it this serious. Yeah. Thank you so much, Coach Vivian. My word for you tonight: when you hear the word community, what comes to mind?
Love, support, inspiration, motivation, um, positive vibes, good vibration. That's what comes to me.
Absolutely. Yeah. And consistency.
Yeah, absolutely.
When
Cons-
you hear the word consistency, what comes to mind?
when consistency is fighting, pushing through, making sacrifices, eliminating limiting beliefs, holding on to resentment, consistency, being honest with yourself.
Another word is impact. What do you hear when you hear the word impact?
Impact, powerful, strong, driven, inspired, um, stars, things like that.
Awesome. No, that's good though. Thank you so much. Those were the words that we always do this for each speaker who comes to our platform. We just have a few words that we want them to, express and share with us what they think. So there's no right or wrong answer, but definitely, please, Coach Vivian, can you tell us how people can be able to work with you directly, join you, and make sure that all your links so people can be able to invite you to this, be a speaker to a podcast or a conference, anything, because this is the platform where I really open for everybody to come and give people strategy and tools, but specifically connect with the clients. So I'm so excited that you really bless us with your presence tonight. And guys, Coach Vivian, she's gonna be coming back for sure, especially to help people to do it. We're gonna do a workshop together about how to build your business profile. So that's another thing that we will, put together, and very soon we're going to announce and give some dates and everything else. But Coach Vivian, go ahead and give all your social links and everybody.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, like I said, for having me here. And thank you guys for all of
Yes.
your warm, like, welcomes and seeing your beautiful faces on your profiles. If you don't have, well, you can find me on Facebook under I am Viviana Munoz or Viviana Munoz. You can find me on LinkedIn under Viviana Munoz. Same thing on Instagram. I guess I'll share with Janine the
Mhm.
links, and then she'll
Yeah,
share it with you guys in the community. So you can find me
absolutely.
there. Hmm.
And can you also talk about something coming up so people can be able to, to be part of it?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So
Hmm.
I facilitate 6 week workshops,
Yes.
and what transpires in these 6 week workshops is coaches that want to grow their coaching business on LinkedIn. So I provide courses, I provide live sessions, I provide documents, things that you can use and tools that you can use to start generating income, start, building a community and growing your business on LinkedIn. That one is going to be coming up on October 5th. It's going to be 6 p.m. Eastern time. So if you guys want more information about that, like Janine could go ahead and share my links, or you
Yes.
can even email me at mycoachviviana at gmail.com.
Please, guys, I really strongly encourage you to sign up, guys. She's very busy, and people who sign up early, you can be able to get your seat already, because you need that in your business. Many of you, you just started or you've been there for one. This is the tools, the type of, the type of tools that you really need to have under your belt, so you can be able to grow. And your visibility, to be clear about your messaging. She teach all of that, guys. So make sure you really follow Coach Vivienne, because she's going to be part of our community here. But I want you also to support her as well. Okay. So thank you, Coach Vivienne. It was amazing to have you tonight. Merci beaucoup encore pour ce soir. Si vous n'avez pas les informations de Coach Viviane, vous pouvez me demander. Je pourrais aussi partager avec. Elle a aussi une formation qui sera là en octobre. Donc, j'aimerais que si vous pouviez directement aussi vous inscrire à ces formations, parce que vous allez beaucoup apprendre. Elle travaille avec beaucoup, beaucoup de dames, et puis surtout dans l'entrepreneuriat. C'est une dame dans la communauté qui aide beaucoup et qui peut aussi vous aider. Okay, so merci beaucoup. Thank you guys. Definitely was a pleasure, and we'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye, everybody. Dr. Tanya, thank you. Pele Movement, thank you, Carla. Everybody, thanks. Au
Thank you so
revoir.
much.
Okay, bye bye.